Cowboy Jim. I mean, who else? you know, I started these videos for my grandsons, and and the reason my eldest grandson and I we had talked, and I asked him when he was going to do a new single, and he said he really would kind of like to. This was last Christmas at this time. Well, a little bit before, say 2 weeks ago, a year, 2 weeks ago, and he kind of asked about my stories. Was I ever going to be able to get them on a video so that he and my other three grandboys and grandsons, and so I have four grandsons genetically, and I have two that came along with the ladies that my sons married. Uh, one's called Clay, one's called Gabriel, and one of the ideas that I had was the same idea that I had when I left Ontario, a little place called Wasaga Beach, and I wanted to bring my sons out to Alberta because I had met a couple over in Barrymoor area near Drayton Valley, and they're my cousins, and Gilbert and Shirley. And I looked at their sons. This was back in 1970, 71. I looked at their sons and their daughter. They have one daughter, a good girl, a tough girl. Uh, it's called Pioneer Stalk. People don't choose to talk about that very much. They should. Um, it's a reflection on character. Uh, in many ways, being of Irish and a little Swedish and so on, um, descent, more Irish and Scot possibly, and being immigrants as I am, and 99.9% of the people in Canada are immigrants. New, whether 3, 4 generations ago or not, to Canada. And they, in their pioneer lifestyle attitude, were what is called make do people. I wanted my sons to have a chance to grow up as men, and they did. And and I want for my grandsons to know how their old grandpa uh, does what I do and why. And in great part, anyone who's watched my videos know, in great part, it is because I taught my sons, my boys, to stand up for those who could not stand up for themselves, uh, to be men. And a lot of people nowadays do not understand what it means to be a man. It's too bad. It's kind of like that bear out front, habituated. We as people have become acclimated, habituated to having abusers try diligently to cause us to be um, acclimated with expectation in our heart that someone else is going to take care of us, and no one is obligated to take care of any of us. But one of my favorite sayings I hope that you just finished watching my last video, and I hope you understood and understand what it was then that I was saying, and that what it is now that I'm living out. I had a favorite saying that I used with my sons. I'm not sure that they've used that same saying with their children, but I wouldn't be at all surprised. And I would look at my sons and say, man up, suck it up, be what God, the Creator, not a religious God, not a denominational God. My First Nations brothers and sisters, they understand when I say Creator, that's what I mean, the Creator. So I did these videos for my grandsons, and they are men. And so let me show you what it means to man up. Here it is. It's taking whatever situation you are in life, and instead of whining, bitching, and complaining, you suck it up, you man up, and you make the best out of it that you can. And with great expectation, because there is a scripture, it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Job said, chapter 3 about, I'm not sure it's not verse 2, but he said, the thing I feared has come upon me. Absolutely the most beautiful woman in the world that I ever had occasion and privilege to meet. She said, fear is the root of all evil. I asked her, what happens if the time comes when you are looking at something? I am looking at the same something, but I'm seeing it a little bit differently. And in the wisdom that I have come to anticipate from that woman, we haven't talked for too long, but she said, if you were sitting across the table from me and I wrote the number 9 on a piece of paper, and she said that I, sitting on the opposite side of the table, I would see the numerical value, the number 6. You want to talk about smarts? That woman's got it, hands down. So I told her fear, to me, is not the root of all evil. It's Satan is the root of all evil. God created Satan to give us an opportunity to choose. Garden of Eden, all that stuff, eating the fruit, it gave us an understanding of right and wrong, good and evil. We choose. I choose to be a man. I put my old shirt on that's too big for me, but I like the color. I like the feel. So, let's go. In your life, in my life, I have found it, in my life anyways, to be very beneficial. That when I was in a corner or with my back against the wall, Seemed like there were no options available. I have said on one video I did this, people don't watch all my videos. They look at the title and they run like hell if they kind of think, it's going to be too long. It's probably going to be too deep. It's probably. But when your back is against the wall, you have one way to go. You want to thank God that you are cognitive enough to know which direction that is, but your back is against the wall and the only open area is in front of you. No matter what it is, that is representative, reflective of adversity that sits in front of you. You assess where you are. Not hard. You figure out where you want to go. And you count the cost. Your choice is lay down in the corner and cry like a pup. Or stand up. What my boys have said to me. Man up. I sure started them off long before they ever said that to me. And I'd say the same thing to them. Man up, children. Man up. Say that to my grandsons. Man up, grandsons. Both genetic grandsons and grandsons of choice. Man up. You can lay down and cry and whine and bitch and complain. Not going to do you any good. When you're done, you're going to be in the same place you are. Going to feel the same way you are, perhaps a little worse. So, you want to wallow in what you're in? You want to hope for something better. I'm in favor of hoping for something better. While you're still breathing, there's a potential for hope. Figure out where your hope and trust has been placed. Assess it. Do something about it. It'll be better than staying where you're at, doing what you have done, didn't bear the fruits you want. If your life does not reflect well where and what you are, how you're doing, change a few things. Figure out. I always say, watch your back trail a little. It's not just to know if someone's following, because there will be someone following. If you have a clue in your head about what it means to be a man, and I'm not talking macho crap, I'm talking a man whose heart is well capable of reaching out and touching another's heart and encouraging them. Well, it's New Year's Eve. And that's what I do. I encourage. In that last video, I said, I do what I say. The whole game plan was to allow my grandsons to get to know me, how I react when things are not working out right. Any idiot can smile when everything's going good. But when things go in the toilet, if perchance you are on a hospital bed somewhere with a prognosis that seemingly could come from nowhere but hell, you're holding on to your last breath, well, hold on to it. Don't quit. I don't care where you're at, what you're doing. Your back's to the wall. Everything's been stripped away from you. You don't have a bloody thing left to hold on to except your belief system, your integrity, your honor. Then you grab on They say grab the horns. Nod your head. Someone ripped that gate open, and you just try to hold on. Screw 8 seconds. But you hold on for at least that. But you do what you know is right. Don't you dare choose the coward's way out. It's not good. It's not necessary. Tell you this, if your prognosis is not longevity, get to know your creator, what you believe in, your choice of belief, not mine, yours. It's your life, it's your breath. You can do it. Do not despair. It's not worth it. Man up. If you're a woman, you'll find that easier to do than an average man. And the reason you will is you're smart. You have guts. You know purpose. If you have had the privilege of giving birth to a child, you will know from that experience the joy of seeing life. If you haven't, it's all right. It's all right. You just reach out beyond yourself and touch someone's heart. Listen, New Year's Eve, (2021) tomorrow, 2022. Thank God I am really tired of 2021. Worst year, best year. I'll tell you this, children. This old Irishman, I was so offended with that self-same lady with the 6 and the 9 said, we have some age thing here. And I thought, who are you talking about? But the truth is, time slides. I didn't notice. People would say, well, what are you going to do when you retire or whatever? I said, I'm never retiring. Well, what are you going to do with your life? And I said, I always said, well, I always figured when I grew up I might run heavy equipment. I've been doing that since 2017. Been a lot of fun. I like it. I enjoy it. I'm 72. I feel like 40. It's not delusional. That's how I feel. It's fact. I get up in the morning because that's my choice. I can put a smile on my face that comes from my heart. No use having a smile on your face if it doesn't originate in your heart. That's just false. It's all right to feel sad, just don't do it too long. Greatest joy about depression, a doctor one time told me, he said, the body actually purges itself of depression. It takes 2 years. Well, medicating might take a whole lot less. Fall on your knees before God and it might take a whole lot less. I've had the joy and the privilege and the honor of meeting a lot of people, reaching a hand out. I'm particularly offended at the idea that you can no longer shake hands. Screw that crap. I adhere to everything that has to do with COVID when I'm in the company of other people. It's out of respect, undeserved in many instances, the respect of our government, and the concern I have that people might think I flaunt a lack of consideration for other people, but I don't. So listen, I apologize to you that this is quite possibly not quite as lightened up as I was told to start doing my videos, but you know the subject matter. I'm looking for a job, but I'm looking because I don't quit. And I don't disparage, but I don't quit. If you're on that hospital bed and you have cancer and you're getting ready to go meet your Lord, I'm so sorry for you. You have all my sympathy. Not empathy, I have not yet walked in that. It is my prayer that I don't. I think I'll probably get shot before that happens. You call on the Lord. When I got off my last horse in 2016, WCB, they asked me, what do you want to do with your life? I said, I'd like to be a chaplain. I'd like to hold someone's hand as they were passing. Well, actually, I wouldn't like to do that because it's not nice. But if you were the one that was passing, you'd like somebody to be holding your hand. They said, we'll never train you to do that because you'll never make a living. I said, well, my next choice is a heavy equipment operator. They said, how about doing a Brinks job? I said, no, not unless they can promise me a bank robbery every 6 months. I need excitement. I need to feel alive. If you're on that bed with cancer, you'll understand the joy of having really felt alive. But you remember those days. You talk to the Creator, to His Son, who took your place on the cross. Find peace there. I do not care about religion. You find peace there. God bless you, eh? God bless you. God bless you. Happy New Year.